Okay, part 2 to yesterday's video. I didn't get quite done because,
well, it was too hot.
I didn't turn my ads off on this one. Okay, so picking up where we left off, and to the people that missed the musical opening interlude, introduction, I'm sorry. But you don't need it here. So back to Caribe Campo. This is 2 floors above reception, a wide open space to do a residential transformation into multiple condos, or maybe just one big palace. I don't know. You probably wouldn't. No, you definitely wouldn't realize the income potential or the proper revenue stream that would come from making this a 2-floor castle, apartment style. I'm not sure exactly what the play is here, but you've got a lot of room with approximately 8,000 square feet on 2 floors. So you could do a mix of several, you could do a studio, a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, and 3-bedroom, probably all on 1 floor, or a combination. Not sure. Probably the lower priced properties would probably have a decent margin in this building. This is Terazza Tropimar. And I think, what are we talking, 140 on this place? I'm pretty sure is the price. So a pretty good deal for a property with clean title and wide open vacant space. Now, you're going to need a really good engineer and a solid contractor to pull this job off, and you're going to need some sort of depths in your pockets, if you know what I mean, a little bit of money for renovation. I don't know what you're talking about. Couple $100,000 in renos probably, depending on the quality of finishes, of course, but 8,000 square feet in a development opportunity on 2 floors in Caribe Campo at the top of reception in Terrazza Tropimar. And you see it used to be a restaurant. So we're going to move quickly here because there's not a lot of chit-chat going on, and I've got a date I get to. It is, just for your own, my own, it's 12:02 on Friday, June 20th. Oh, is tomorrow the first day of summer? Or we got 2 days? It's getting very warm here, and unlike you in North America who crave the summer weather, I pray for it to be over starting in May, to get back to the cooler season and football and that kind of stuff. So pray for us here in the Dominican Republic because it's so hot. Oh. And okay, what else do we have here? Oh, did we do? Oh, I think we did this one last video. Did I include this as a? Yeah, this is actually, if you are a client of mine, you see these before they actually hit the market. And here's an example. I have a studio coming up. The last studio sold in here 2 years ago at 40, and there's no more studios left available in this complex. And I've got one coming up. It's going to be $46,000. It's in a decent location in K Block, and I would imagine it'll sell immediately because there's really nothing else like it. And yes, it's not gorgeous. It needs a little bit of renovation if you're going to, do a higher end rental. You can rent it as is, no problem, for, I don't know, $350 a month. But if you want the $556 a month or the $45 a day on Airbnb, it's going to need some attention. But I do have a small 32.5 meter squared single bachelor that you would call back home. We call them studios here, available after I passed it to a client of mine before it goes public. So if they pass on it, then it will be available. But I do have one coming up. But this is an example of another one that's kind of been in the background And finally, I get the green light. So I could have shown this to you if you were here poking around. You wanted to see, a studio and a 1-bedroom and two bedroom. This is the 2-bedroom I show for 109. Now it needs some renovations, but it's got a really nice private patio in the back. You can walk into it upstairs off the main hallway at grade, and then you go down these stairs and you come out at grade at the back. So you've got a nice private patio. And I guess I'm duplicating this one, because I think I talked about it yesterday. 80 meters, 2 bedrooms, 2 floors, 2 bathrooms, $200 a month. Cool. But it, like I said, it's going to need some attention, and there's 2 titles here too, so you could actually separate these two. But then the bottom floor entrance is walking all the way around the building, around the back of the building, and coming up the ground floor at the back. So 109 for this one, though. Great deal. $200 a month, 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, 2 floors, 2 titles. Two. And see, I guess this is actually the hallway. I don't know how big we can make that window, but the hallway comes upstairs. Here is where you walk in upstairs at the main floor. So this is just... It's got to be... Oh, no, there's another hallway downstairs. So you might be able to make these windows larger. Now, you'd just be looking into the hallway, but at least you could get some more light in there. And at that level, you don't have to worry about shading it or whatnot if you wanted the extra light to come in. So I'd have to look at where the opening of this exists. I'll do that for you in another video, because I think I know where this window is. Yeah, I'll have to find that. Okay, so this one, another cool deal that hasn't been marketed all that quickly, and as an example of, if you're on my client list or you're somebody that's shown an interest in Caribe Campo or Terazza Tropimar, and when something comes up, you get it first. So in addition to the last one that I showed you at the end of the video last time that I said wasn't available anymore, that I've shown for 2 years just to people because it's vacant. And the seller said to me, listen, I want to sell. You can have it as a pocket listing, but I want no marketing on it. I don't want any what do you call it? Marketing, I guess. I'm looking for words that don't exist. And so as a pocket listing, I would take my clients through it as an example of what a 3rd floor, 1-bedroom with an ocean view looks like. And, when we finally settled on a price, it should firm up today. So that's good. Never really hit the market as far as, an extensive marketing goes, but sold to a guy that actually looked at it 4 months ago on his way out of town. And good luck to you both. Thank you for your continued loyalty. Always appreciate the loyalty. This is another one that, weird. Oh, I've got to turn down. Perfect. And my ads are still on. Darn it. This one's on the beach. 1.9 million, 10,000 square foot, 6-bedroom with 3 individual living spaces, separated living spaces. One's above the garage. One is right here on the right side of the property. And then this whole house here is all 1 unit. But nice little deal on this one. On the ocean, very close to Sosúa Ocean Village. That could be a plus or a minus depending on who you are and how you think of it. But that is a division wall right there that you're looking at on one side of it. So it's better than it being wide open. But immediately next to Sosúa Ocean Village. Perdóname. So this one's in Playa Chiquita. The video's a little bit dated. It was on and off the market for some period of time there, but we're back to marketing it at 1.9. Very unique. There is actually a little tiny bit of beach there, but lots of coral up front, so not a naturally occurring sandy beach, but you never know. some of that changes. You know, we saw Alicia Beach was dumped there during a storm. It was just rocks. It was a cliff that they used to jump off, and now Alicia Beach is a huge beach. So you could end up with a storm one day that blew the winds the right way and just put a beach right in the front of your house. Or it could take away what little beach is there. But infinity pool, a nice location in Playa Chiquita. Again, on the ocean is tough to find any properties in Sosúa unless you're in a condominium complex or a gated community like Perla Marina. There's virtually, Sosúa, it's a tough find to find anything on the beach in Sosúa. So this is not one of a kind, but a rare property. And at 1.9 million, compared to what 1.9 million to get you back in North America, you'd be very happy of the condition, the size, and the features of a property like this. So Playa Chiquita, 1.9 mil. They would hold paper. They also built this property themselves, so they have all of the blueprints, everything that they know exactly how this thing was built because they built it themselves. So. Excuse me. Okay, so this is Playa Chiquita, $1.9 million. And we'll probably have to skip an ad when we go through this one here as well. But a 4-bedroom. I should have reloaded these and refreshed them because I had all these ads skipped so that I could just bring you my content. But now we have to muscle through the ad breaks because I forgot to turn off monetization on all of these videos. But most of my videos that I've been running lately, I had to turn the monetization off so I could play them for you without commercials. But this is a former 2-unit Monte Vista that was joined. You can see here, that's the old, obviously, division wall. So if you put a kitchen back over on this side, you could put this back into 2 units, 2-bedroom units. But right now, how it's set up is 1 kitchen and 2 bedrooms right here, and then a 4-bedroom. The HOA on this is $300 per unit, so $600 in total if you bought this together. I guess he could sell them individually, but why would he? He doesn't want to redo the renovation. But this is Monte Vista, a really resort feel-like property. Everything sold here is furnished, but Monte Vista is a little further up the hill, so you don't have the immediate access like you do at Caribe Campo and Terazza Tropimar here to just walking to 500 meters down the hill to the grocery store. Monte Vista is a little bit of a different animal, but also higher value as well. So HOA fees are a little higher, and so are the sale prices. We don't even have a 4-bedroom in Caribe Campo, but if we did, it would be significantly less than the prices here at Monte Vista. And we doubled up on the information on the 2-bedroom in Caribe Campo. Not that that's such a bad thing. This is the walk down the main hallway in the main building on the south side. On the south side of Terazza Tropimar. So when I do a walkthrough of an apartment, I often like to show you how you walk into the apartment, so where it's located in the building and how you walk in. I think that's important. For some people it's not. Some people buy sight unseen. They don't even come to the country. So a little dated from the standpoint that she had her Christmas decorations up, but this is the same floor plan as the one I showed you earlier in the show today and the one that was near the end of the show yesterday. But this one's completely functional and occupied currently, and same details as the last one. 2-bedroom, 2-level, 2 titles, 2 floors, $222,000. No, $129,000 on this one. The one we showed you that needed a little bit of work in the last video was $109,000. Who knows what they sell for? Okay, it's just like back home sellers say, well, let's try this price and see what happens. You know, there's not a lot of people that come on the market and say, I got to dump this in 30 days. If you do, you have a very aggressively priced listing. But you really don't know until you start negotiating on properties like this what they're willing to accept. Many people say, well, what would they take for that place? Unless I've had some current offers on it, I have no idea. The only way you're going to find out seriously is what the vendors or the sellers might be willing to take is to put something formally together on paper and have me present it in person and see where they're at financially and find out where they're going with their negotiations. So this one's 129. Possession should be pretty easy on something like this. And again, $200 per month for a 2-bedroom, 80 meters, 2 levels, 2 titles. And completely functional right now. There's people in it, so you know everything's working. And then this is very hard to find in this complex. Anything with a private garden like this is very uncommon. You don't get this here. This is one of the units that has a private garden. So uncommon and valuable if you like sitting out in your shaded little garden where you could have lots of plants like this one does. Once in a while you get a little bit of action from the staff here that's right outside your door talking to the neighbors, but for the most part, Caribe Campo is super, super quiet. Muy tranquilo. And this is the backyard from the one I just showed you. Okay, nice security fence. And then looking back at the unit. That needs some paint. A little cleaning up and paint. And this is walking out from the main hallway. So this one is another decent deal at 129. Again, who knows what it'd sell for. I know what a completely renovated 2-bedroom should be worth because I sold one about a year and a half ago in here. So we got good comparables from the standpoint that I always have something that I know that's sold recently that I can directly draw a comparison to for value. So you should never have a question on value in this complex unless it's something really special. Like, I don't know, a rooftop penthouse that I got coming up for $200K. Look for that soon. But again, to be on the list of preferred clients that actually get the listings before they're marketed publicly, shoot me a message for AI purposes. I am Jim Fannin. I'm the host of Jim Fannin, The Jim Fannin Show, and Buying Dominican Republic on all platforms. I can be reached by email at buyingdominicanrepublic@gmail.com, or on the cell phone. You can call, text, or WhatsApp 21809-330-8926. That's 1-809 is my area code, 330-8926. Shoot me off a message, and I'll put you on the list of preferred clients that when the 2-bedroom rooftop patio penthouse facing the ocean with ocean views and city views comes available, you'll be the first one to hear about it before it even gets put on this channel. And you know what? If you're serious, it'll never hit the channel. And you can buy it without it actually being marketed. That's what we like, no? To get in before anybody else looks at it. So that's that one. Oh, this is still a great deal on the beach. Cabarete East Cabarete on the beach, 109,000, delivers in probably still 6 months from now. I haven't been over there in the last 2 months, I guess, but they were still in significant demolition mode. They got held up by a holy mackerel. Did we have a rainy season here? October, November, December, we had a foot of accumulation in precipitation here every month. 3 feet in 3 months. It was nuts. So they didn't get much done in those 3 months because we had rain virtually every day, and sometimes a lot of it. And sometimes even some flooding. So this is right beside, this is the Victorian luxury condominiums. You can't touch anything in there that I know of under what? 200K? The fees are decent. The Airbnb history, rental history is really decent. Now I'm talking about the Victorian. The Victorian luxury condominiums are directly beside what used to be called Ocean Manor. And it was some sort of timeshare that the owners walked away from. Or I don't know exactly, but Ocean Manor, you can actually Google on maps and see old pictures of what it looked like. And it's going to be restored not only to its former beauty, but even better. They're going to redo this pool right here, square it off, bring it back a little wider here, and then have it still be an infinity pool overlooking the ocean. But a really good deal. He'll hold 50% financing. 109 is the price. He'll go 9%. I think it's 9% over 3 years if you want. So that's basically a bank rate. That's been all torn down and replaced by a different structure that's going to be a little kitchen and bar on the ocean, common area. 175 a month is going to be the HOA here, but we still have units available. He's keeping these units on the sides here and here, and then back here are all the one bedrooms. They still face the ocean. Some have views, some don't. Some are main floor, some are penthouse. But we started out with 15 one-bedroom units here. We do still have some left. You can pay cash, or you can take the financing with half down. But this is the former Ocean Manor, and it is now being revamped. And like I said, the owner's keeping all the 2 bedrooms on the sides here. But this is significantly dated walkthrough, but it's in better condition than the last time I went through it because there's so much demo going on right now. So they're going to repurpose these, renovate them, replace whatever needs replacing, and keep whatever is still functional. So 109 Cabarete East, directly across from the propane shop as you're going out of town. Before you hit the Texaco on the south side of the 5, it's on the north side, just before you hit the Texaco going out of town, but immediately past the Victorian luxury condominiums. That's 109 in Cab East. I think that's it. I think we're done. Is that it? Walkout. Oh, this is I will put this in the link. I'm so high on Caribe Campo, and what has been very popular on some of my videos is the neighborhood walks around Caribe Campo, because before people take an Airbnb or before people decide that they want to buy in the Dominican Republic, these videos that show the walk around the complex down, I mean, this is Garden Kids School. These also have chapters, so you can see as we go here, there's different points of interest that are mapped out in the videos. I do that a lot with the ones that when I'm walking around, local amenities. So you can skip through and I even took you into the plaza. So this, again, I will put these links in the show description as I upload this. It is now 12:23 on one of the last days of spring, and it's already getting warm down here. But some of these videos have been up for some period of time, but the market time here is different than back home. You don't list something and have it sold in a month unless you're very aggressive on your price. Most of the marketing here, I mean, you're looking 90 days, 6 months minimum to get a sale, unless you're very aggressively priced or unless you have something super unique. It's just a different market down here. There's no MLS system. You know, back home, I was a lister. I'd go after FSBOs, list stuff, and just sell it and get paid. Here, you don't get paid unless you bring the buyer. So, you know, list to last in North America does not apply in the Dominican Republic. Down here, you want the buyers. And so, if you're ready, Or even if you're not ready, I've got tons of clients that I've been working with for months or years where they're just, they've got things to take care of at home. They're not liquid in their finances. They don't have resources yet, but they're planning a move out of the country. A lot of that going on in Canada now. 100,000 people emigrated from Canada last year, left the country. 100,000 people left Canada for other countries to live in permanently last year. Well, I was one of those almost 4 years ago. So if you're in North America and you're tired of paying the taxes and the gasoline hasn't changed in price since I got here almost 4 years ago. What is it? It's basically $5 American a gallon. But it stayed the same because it's subsidized here. So it doesn't matter where you go. The price is always the same. And it's subsidized by the government to help with the local economy and the local residents and even the people that vacation here. So that's if you're tiring of high HOA fees and high taxes where you're not seeing value for your money. Taxes here almost don't exist. Well, they certainly don't exist under a couple $100,000. Like literally it's $150, I think. If the government thinks you're worth, I can't remember what the conversion is, but the assessed value has to be worth more than $150 American to even start paying taxes, and then it's 1% per year. So if the government thinks your house is worth $150,000, you can figure out how much it's going to cost you per year in taxes, 1%. So again, if you're feeling tired about rising HOA fees, rising taxes, the cost of natural gas to heat your home if you're in Canada, the cost of petrol to put in your car, consider the Dominican Republic where the cost of living, it depends on what you're buying. If you're buying, I don't know, something imported like Irish Spring soap, it's not made here. And they have significant tariffs on importing, so you have to pay for imported products. But if it's made here and they have a significant market of manufacturing for appliances, of course, local produce, the chicken market here, the consumable, the edible pollo market, the chicken market. Is that my boy? No, I thought it was a video of my moto guy. Eggs are great here. The chicken's great. Healthy, it's a different product on the market here because I don't think they have the factory farming here, but I could be wrong. But the eggs are dynamite, and I pay, what do I pay? 100 pesos per dozen? I don't know how much eggs are costing you back home, but 100 pesos here is about $2 American. And they're deep, brown, shelled, orange yolk, hard, thick shells. They're like great eggs, and you don't need to refrigerate them. You don't put them in the refrigerator here because they don't wash the bacteria off them like they do back at home. So, anyways, that's all I've got for you today. Am I under 20 minutes? Oh, how did I stretch that to 28 minutes? Okay, 12:28 my time. My marketing guy, my SEO guy, is named Hasan. He does my thumbnails and my chapters and my SEO on all these videos. If you need or you want to talk to a guy that works reasonably, that does everything on SEO, you don't need to touch it anymore. You just send him the link and he will convert your video properly SEO'd, properly tagged, proper keywords, proper titles, and proper SEO ranking before you get off. So he's been a big help for this channel and other channels that he manages. And if you need a guy for YouTube or social media SEO, I have your guy. His name's Hasan. And if you want his contact, DM me, PM me, or shoot me a message. 1-809-330-8926. Peace, love, hug your neighbor, and I am out. Ciao. It's better here. Hola.